I want to talk about how the first time I went to the playoffs in 2010, winning 7-9. Nate, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Okay.
That first taste of playoffs totally changed how I prepared for regular season games because the tension was so thick.
Yeah.
Every play was so hard. I mean, all right. So just for people to understand, in high school, okay, I might have gotten hit hard where it just rocked me maybe once every 4 games just because I was just that much better. You see what I'm saying? In college, that may have happened maybe once every other series or whatever. In the league, that's going to happen pretty much on a regular basis. Each series, you're going to get hit where you like, oh, that dude was bringing it. That dude is playing as hard as I am.
Right.
But in the playoffs, every play, every step, every blade of grass,
it's a fight.
It's a fight.
Yeah.
Every breath you take is tough.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, wow, I remember.
What year was this?
This is 2010. We were playing New Orleans Saints, Beastquake. I was in on that run. It was 70 power. We blocked it totally terribly wrong. Right? And I remember everything that the New Orleans Saints did when they shifted to what we did. I had an answer for it, and I remember just smiling. I'm looking at Matt Hasselbeck before he's even audibling. Me and Marshawn we've already audible,
right?
Because we all linked in. We were that focused. Look, during the week, I'm like, there's no way they can win.
Right.
I don't care who they have at quarterback. I don't care who their coach is.
Right.
There's no way they can win. That's how dialed in we were, and I realized, you know what? I'm not doing it right in the regular season, bro.
What year was this for you?
That was Year 5.
Year 5.
I'm like, I'm not doing it right, bro. Like, I thought that I was watching film right. I thought that my focus was always right. And what happened the following year, I made Pro Bowl alternate. What happened the next year, I went to the Pro Bowl.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That playoff experience.
It graduated you.
That it basically said, you know what, bro? You ain't doing it right.
Right.
This is how you do it. And I literally, man, my career took off. Man, it took off just because of the preparation in that my very first playoff game. I started preparing like that from then on.
Now, I prepared just like I always prepared at a young age. That's watching Randy Moss, listening to my coach, and keeping my mouth shut, watching and listening more than I talk. So when we got to Green Bay, I remember leaving that locker room for the first time when they say, hey, punt returns out. You guys got 5 minutes. And I'm walking through that long, narrow tunnel. You got to go down the stairs and you hear your cleats click, 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 click. And then you get out there and you hear the crowd. The stadium's not full, but you hear some people out there. And I'm seeing the snowfall. And who's a legendary talker? Is it Steve Sable?
Yeah.
Steve Sable, right? So
NFL Films.
NFL Films, right? Now, I can almost hear his voice. That's how nostalgic this experience was, that I could see this visually and think, this is what I used to watch when I was
somebody going to be watching this
Somebody's
game.
Somebody's going to be speaking over this game. And then I got out there and just these light, feathery snowflakes touching my shoulder pads and hitting my face, and I'm just breathing it in. And as cold as it was, I didn't feel no weather conditions. Like, that's how lost I was in the moment. And I remember just soaking it in, catching the ball, listening to the music, going back into the locker room, and just like a little kid looking at his big brother, watching Randy, seeing what he's doing. When he put on his cleats, I put on my cleats. When he grabbed for his helmet, I grabbed for my helmet. If he went to the bathroom and changed his gloves, I'm going to go to the bathroom and change my gloves. So I was just watching him. And then once the game started.
John Facenda is NFL Films' voice.
John Facenda.
So that's who it is, yeah.
And so as soon as I got to the field, I remember thinking, this is my time. They're going to be focused on Randy. They're going to be focused on Dante. And the whole time they had this young fella, Ahmad Carroll, who was talking all year, and I lit him up all year. So I'm thinking, they give me one more chance. It's the playoffs. They give me one more chance. I got to make myself felt. I got in the end zone. Moss got in the end zone. Mo Williams got in the end zone. I mean, they couldn't do anything. There was a moment in the game where I thought to myself, regardless of what they got on the other sideline, and they had Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Mr. Legendary Brett Favre, they can't beat us. I mean, listen, it was like a street fight, like without getting too brash or making it sound too gully here on our podcast. But, Mike, you know what I mean when I say this. When you're in a straight-up brawl with a team, and it's blow for blow, boom.
Yeah.
You hit them, they hit you, boom. You swing back, they swing back. At one point, it just seemed like we was the only ones swinging. That's how bad it was. And then I got to the sideline. I'm like, yo, defense, y'all put that pressure on Brett. I guarantee throw that ball away. Sure enough, he threw that thing up. We get the ball back. Now we run up the score. And I get in the locker room, and we celebrating. And it was just us versus the world. Nobody gave us a chance. What were the odds that we were going to beat them after third time? But my preparation was based off of a young guy just following everybody else's lead. We went on to lose an NFC Championship game to the Eagles. And I thought, we'll be back next year. Boy, was I wrong.